Out of seemingly nowhere, the universe exploded into existence 13.8 billion years ago, setting off the expansion of the universe and causing the creation of this reality which we have come to know very well. How our universe came into existence is still shrouded in mystery, but what we can be sure of is that we exist right now, and it is very likely that over the 13.8 billion year period that the universe has existed for, that there have been many threats to our species' existence, even billions of years before the formation of planet Earth. For example, during the formation of the solar system, one change in a sequence of events could have caused the Earth to form outside of the habitable zone of the Sun, which would have caused life on this planet to have likely never existed, or it could have taken longer to come into existence. This means that humanity as we know it would have never existed, just because of a slight difference in the formation of the solar system. Regardless, chaos theory plays a huge part in the universe, so it must always be addressed when discussing this subject. Throughout the history of life on this planet, which came into existence just under a billion years after the Earth originally formed, there have been many species which have lived for millions of years, such as the dinosaurs, who ruled Earth for millions of years before being wiped out by an asteroid. It is said that around 99% of the species that have ever existed on Earth have gone extinct, so this does not look like a promising future for us. But there is a positive, and this is the knowledge that our species may be the only advanced species which has the ability to progress, not just evolutionary, but technologically as well. We have to say we may have been the only advanced society, as there has been enough time since life arose on planet Earth for there to have been other civilizations which could have gone extinct, or vacated the planet, for a better one out there in the galaxy. I often find myself wondering whether because of our self-awareness and our ability to advance technology, our species may be able to break free of the cycle, which is constantly causing the extinction of species on this planet. I also find myself mind-boggled by the fact that I am here, because of all of my ancestors as Homo sapiens, and of course all of the other creatures that we have been, over the evolution of life on the planet. Imagine, from the smallest creature, to when we were ape-like, to during World War II, there have been many instances where our extinction has been saved by the instinct of our ancestors, for the billions of years that life has existed on this planet. If that is not mind-boggling, then I don't know what is. It is very bizarre that we exist during this time in history. We exist during the 21st century, where there have been many extremely groundbreaking technological innovations. For most of recorded history before the 20th century, life has been very similar, and our species' technology advanced at a much slower rate. So when we say we live in a bizarre time in history, we really do, as we live in the age where our society has begun to advance into a species which looks much different to how we were 300 years ago. All we can do is strap in for the ride and be fascinated by the reality that we even exist. I find it very strange that we do actually exist on this planet right now in this time, rather than billions of years in the past or billions of years in the future. How exactly did our species come into existence? Of course, over millions of years our species evolved into becoming Homo sapiens, and then we just started running wild and using our ability to have hands and legs and be able to pick up things and fashion weapons, and we sort of created ourselves into a new, anomaly on the planet, because, you know, we don't know if anybody ever existed before this, another species. It's very possible that one could have, as we discussed in this video, but well, to our knowledge right now, we have to just say that we are the only one, as we do not have any concrete evidence, or any really evidence, that one existed. But it is likely that over that billions of years period, or millions of years period, that the infrastructure of an advanced society may have broken down, if it did in fact exist, and then go extinct, and all of the buildings and as I said, infrastructure just slowly decompose over time, and then, you know, our planet goes exactly back to how it was before. And that would happen with us humans as well. If another species was to exist millions of years from now, when we went extinct now, it's very likely that they would have no idea that we ever existed. Maybe there's ways that we're not looking at yet that we can see, or maybe, of course, we're the only one, we're the first one, but maybe we can break free of the cycle, as I was saying. But it's going to be very freaky if we cannot break free of this cycle, because I'm sure there's other levels to this universe, and it isn't just as much as we seem like. It's not as much as we seem like. Things never really are what they seem to be. So I expect that there will be many times throughout history where humans are going to struggle, and I believe that we are in a time now where we really get to see what humanity's priorities are, because of course we have climate change right now. We have our first major existential crises that we actually have to deal with, and like, we actually have to deal with it, but you know, it's not really seeming that we are going to deal with it. So, you know, it's very hard to get humans to think about outside of their lifespan. You know, people are always thinking about the here and the now, and them and the people around them and the people that exist within our lifetime and within after our lifetime or before our lifetime, that we still experience knowing them. Because for some people it's very hard to, you know, empathize with a great-great-grandchild that's going to exist potentially in, you know, 100 odd years time when they're gone. But, you know, they're going to have to suffer with the consequences to our actions right now. So, you know, we don't want to create an irreversible issue for them. That is a climate change thing within this existential crisis video, discussing that we exist in a time right now, and we must try and break out of this sort of seemingly species extinction event, which always goes on throughout history for the ruling one of the planet, I guess, because you would say that we own the real estate. You know, the dinosaurs own the real estate by just eating everybody, and to be fair, we've done the exact same. But you know, we fought many battles within ourselves, and as did the dinosaurs as well. But you know, ours is more calculated because our brain obviously evolved over time, and we became self-aware of the situations that we were putting ourselves into, and it's just been very, very bizarre. So I really enjoy discussing that kind of aspect of it. So if you want to see more discussions on the early stages of life on this planet, you know, the prehistoric times, all of recorded history, we can break down some of those times and see what they were believing, you know, discuss about different ways of their society and how maybe the things that they were doing were stinting our society, and maybe if they would have looked into different avenues of advancement during those times, which they kind of had a little bit of information for. The fact that we would probably be much further along in the technological field than we are now, or maybe we would have never existed because climate change is always going to kill us, and it would have just killed us before. So you know, it's very hard to determine. But yes, I really appreciate you all. I've been ranting after the scripted part of the video, but I'm going to stop now. Yeah, I've really enjoyed making this video today, so I really appreciate you all. Much love and peace out, my friends.